Hey, everybody. Welcome to Prophetic Lifestyles with Bernard Bolton, where we are making the prophetic practical, bringing the prophetic into everyday life, and creating the future by the choices we make today. I hope that you're having an incredible time. Wow, it's already the third month of the year, the 11th Hebrew month. We're entering in a few days, we're entering into the season of spring, natural season. And in about a week, maybe 10 days, we are entering into the month of Nisan, which is the first month on the spiritual calendar of God. So there's a lot going on. I pray that you're coming to endings on one calendar. You're getting ready for the spring, warm weather. It's been pretty cold here in Atlanta, and hopefully we're all moving into the new in the month of Nisan. So today I wanted to share with you. I wrote an article, and I want to encourage you to join. Subscribe to my newsletter. I'm not quite sure what to call it yet. My online letter, which I'm currently doing on Substack, three days a week. Most weeks, we're writing and releasing an article on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So join us on Substack. So today's article I wrote about creating your creating your world, and of course, our inspiration in leading is always by the word of God. So in Hebrews chapter 12, it says, "And the worlds were framed by the word of God." Okay. And so this is the foundation for creating or creativity. This is the foundation that we wrote today's article, and that we actually believe that any one of us can shape, frame, and form our own world by the word of God. Now, if you're not a believer, then you are shaping and framing your word by another word. It may be it may be a different word. It may be words that you live by, maybe principles that are important to you. But I wanted to talk to us today about creating our world. And each one of us has a world. Each one of us is a world. So what do I mean by the word world? Okay. Well, a world refers to your unique perspective and experience on life, how you perceive, how you see, and how you think, how you feel about things that are happening in your world, and then your experiences, what you go through, what you encounter. I'm thankful to be in a place in my life where most of my experiences are positive. Most of the people that I deal with are positive. So because of that, I have positive experiences in my world. Your world actually is surrounded by, and it moves by your beliefs, your values, and the things that influence you from your culture. And okay, and so the things that influence your belief, your values, and the things that influence you from your culture actually create your world. Okay, your world is subjective, which basically means it is according to how you see it. Now, here's one of the problems with trying to make my world. If I try to make my world your world, then I am trying to force my subjectivity on you, which basically is the way that I see things. Okay. And that can be a problem. So my world is based on how I see subjectively. Your world is how you see subjectively and how you understand things that are transpiring or taking place in your world. Okay. Everyone's world is different, shaped by a multitude of factors, such as your upbringing, your family connections, your education, your social environment, and your personal experiences. Okay. And so, how then, understanding that that's what I mean by world, I'm talking about your life, your perspective, your experiences, and basically what makes you the person that you are today. So then how do we create our world? Well, we create our world. It starts with our culture. Okay. It starts with our culture. And your culture is what sets your world apart from others. Okay. And culture can be based on race, it can be based on religion, it can be based on family, tradition, country, and certain things. So how you create your world starts with your culture. Number two, your world is created by the development of your character. Okay, your character. Your character is your personality. It is who you are as a person. Okay, and then your character is also your motivations. What is it that causes you to move? It's not so much that you're moving, but what is causing you to move. Okay, and then your character is also developed by your relationship with others. That's why you want to have some of your relationships should be with persons of another generation, whether that's your parents or your grandparents, or a mentor or someone. So it should be a person because they have already developed a character while you're in the development stage, and then your relationship should be with people uh, that hold the same values, but not necessarily. You can have relationship with people who have different values and different beliefs, as long as you respect one another and there's a mutual respect in your relationship. Okay, how you also create your world by dealing with the conflicts and the challenges that exist in your world. All right. So when conflict arises, how do you deal with it? Most people ignore the conflict, and then the conflict blows up your world. But you want to deal with your conflict. You want to deal with the things that are challenging you. And challenges are not always bad. It's not always evil. Sometimes you are being challenged to change. Sometimes you're being challenged to deal with things. And as you deal with those things, it's going to make your world a better place. Okay. Writing down your ideas for your world. How do you want your world to move? How do you want to exist in the earth? Because there's so many worlds, because every person is a world. So there's sometimes when you just have to write down your ideas and begin to organize them, because those ideas are going to create a whole world for you. I hope that makes sense. Okay. uh Refine your world and make changes when it's necessary. There are some things that you don't have to hold on to. It doesn't work for you anymore. There are some people you have to let go. They don't work for you anymore. And so you have to come to a place as you're creating your world, be ready to refine and make changes. Okay. Um, have people in your life who you trust, and you can get honest feedback from them, and you can get honest criticism from them. Okay. Remember that creating your world is long and complex, but it is incredibly rewarding when you begin to see the fruit. You begin to see your world changing. You begin to see your world revolving as you are creating it. So enjoy the journey, have fun in the midst of it. Okay. So thank you for supporting. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with others. We'll be back. Shalom.